Well, in lighter news now, South African animation studio Triggerfish is making a global splash with its latest feature, SEAL Team. It's currently one of the most popular streaming films in the world, reaching the top 10 in 27 countries. And it tells the story of Quinn, a SEAL along the Cape Coast who's had enough of dodging great white sharks. He decides to assemble a motley crew to fight back. And the voice cast is packed with stars, including Grammy Award winner Seal himself playing a singing seal. I love that, called Seal. Seal. And action legend Dolph Lundgren portraying a dolphin called Dolph. This is so cute. Let's check in on Greig Cameron, who directed the movie. Greig, thanks so much for joining us. I mean, I'm dying to see this. Where did you get these? How did you get these big names involved, Seal and Dolph?
Well, Triggerfish in their last film, Zambezi and Kumba, had a relationship with casting agents in the US who do have connections to the big stars. So our cast is amazing in general. In terms of our silly stunt castings of Seal as Seal and Dolph as Dolph Lundgren, I'd be lying if I said it was part of our grand plan all along. It was kind of like a silly internal joke in the studio that we thought would be hilarious but would never happen. But the snowball of stupidity just kept on rolling and rolling, and soon the stars themselves joined. I think they bought into the vibe that we were having some silly fun, and they certainly made the film much better for it.
Sometimes those jokes kind of stick and then you can't move on from them. But in this case, I think it's fantastic. It's really great. Where can we watch this? First of all, is it on our Netflix?
It is indeed. It is indeed.
Okay, because I look at the top 10 lineup, and I just obviously need to look a little harder.
Well, all hail the mighty Netflix algorithm. Everyone go watch. It'd be much appreciated, and I'm sure you'll enjoy it.
We will. We'll press it again and again and again. Greig, do you think that some of the success of your film has been largely due to My Octopus Teacher, this interest in Africa and South Africa and its sea life, or was this actually done in parallel to My Octopus Teacher?
Well, yeah, I mean, animation takes a very long time to do. This film production alone was 3 years, and many more before that with the writing and development process. So I wouldn't be surprised if we started before them and came out long afterwards. I think there is a part of it. We used to joke that it's got so much of the same location, the kelp forest, the octopi, except our octopi turn into an Iron Man style invisibility suit. But other than that, it's pretty much the same film, I think.
In terms of Taps is laughing his head off, he should be doing this interview because he's loving it. My co-anchor here, Greig. What I wanted to know is, did you go and watch, I presume you went and watched some seals at Seal Island, or even the ones at Cook Bay, or just anywhere around the peninsula, to get those idiosyncrasies that they have? I mean, they're such charismatic animals.
So a part of the premise of the film is that the fact that Seal Island is this place that's entirely surrounded by flying great white sharks. It's the only place in the world they do that. So if we did go diving to go see the seals in Seal Island, I may not be giving this interview, but we went to Dusty Island, which also has a big seal community. And the funny thing was, when you see seals on land, they're just kind of like floating there, and like you're like, how on earth am I going to make an action movie out of these creatures? But as soon as they're in the water, they're dipping and diving, and it's amazing. We also did some shark cage diving as well in Gansbaai. So yeah, we got to see a lot of our stars in real life before we went to work.
Greig, I mean, making a movie like this must be really expensive. Where did the funding come from, and what are your returns like?
Unfortunately, you're asking the wrong person that question. It's the director's job to make the film and complain about not having enough budget, but not necessarily be involved with the raising of the money itself.
That was very artfully dodged there, Greig. Well done. So we just want to know, I mean, is there anything up next for Triggerfish and in terms of our marine life? Because we've clearly, hit on some gold here, and it can't hurt our sea life either, which is protected or has to be protected in some areas, especially, for instance, the great white.
Yeah, so a couple things to unpack there. First of all, Triggerfish are tremendously busy and successful at the moment. They've got shows they're developing with Disney Channel, Netflix, and a whole range of other things. You did touch on the great white shark thing, and whilst certainly part of our premise is if you're a seal, sharks are your bad guys. I think we give a very well-rounded picture of there being funny sharks, silly sharks, scary sharks, dorky sharks, stupid sharks, cute sharks, and every kind of shark you want. So you get the impression that you want from the film.
Well, I don't want to tout us here on air, but Taps is brilliant at voiceovers, and I could try, and we would probably do it for free, right? I mean, just keep us in mind. We'd like to be stars one day.
I'll trade you some softball questions in the next interview for like a nice easy casting. How about that?
I'm sorry, this was hard hitting. This was my hardest interview ever.
Not at all. No. I'm just saying we can do it like that.
All right, you've got a deal. Thank you so much, Greig Cameron, director of SEAL Team SA's animated global hit by Triggerfish. We've got to watch it. It sounds amazing.